So here are 5 risky mistakes that students make during the practice. Things I see as a teacher, but things I notice in my own practice as a student when I'm not mindful and I kind of forget about my body alignment. Let's get to it. So number 1, wrist health. This is very important during your yoga practice, especially during your down dog, up dog, or even chaturangas. I'm going to show you right here how to keep it safe. The hands should be equally down onto the mat, fingers spread wide, not closed, not on one side, not the other, spread wide fingers. And from here, we want more emphasis on the thumb and the index. So you kind of have more weight inwards onto the hands. From there, you push forward always. You avoid pressing down only on the heel and keeping the fingers relaxed. We want to have an equal, nice surface across the palm, equal on the ground. Final but not least, when you're on the mat with the hands, you kind of grip it to have a more supportive stance. You're not there relaxed, passive, on holiday. You are active, bringing in the work, flowing through your yoga practice with support. Number 2, we have upward facing dog. So I'm going to show you a nice visualization with graphics to understand how a safer spinal arch is performed. So from here, while you lay flat onto the ground, this applies to both Cobra and upward facing dog. The feet are close together, the buttocks always firm to protect your low back. With the hands next to your chest and armpit, you go forward and upwards, just like that. So the other difference that you might have practiced in your sessions is just go up and just keep tension onto the spine. This brings a lot of discomfort to me right now. We want forward and up, elbows always bent near the rib cage, buttocks firm, and reaching the chest forward, not up, forward chest as you press down onto the hands to support this. So the graphics are like this: forward and up, not up. So next one is breath, number 3. So many students, even myself, during a yoga practice, in a challenging asana, I'm like holding, tensing, trying to achieve. In yoga, we want to flow with breath. Wherever you are, even in a difficult or an easy asana, we want to have a nice, fulfilled circle and cycle of breath. So always mindful. So easier said than done. Breathing is natural, but breathing conscious is a little bit more challenging. But we are here to learn, we are here to rise into our conscious awareness to become greater than what we are. Breathing consciously during your practice, but breathing fully. Not holding is not ours to keep, is ours to share. Number 4, warrior position onto the mat. This applies for warrior 2, warrior 1, so any other kind of positions you have with your knee bent. We have a nice wide stance, but the important part is your front knee. If you're too deep into it, knee killer. If you're too, up here, it's a little bit more relaxed, it's not really toning the quadriceps. We want to have the knee above the ankle with an arrow. Look at the graphics right here. The arrow pointing always towards the socket so you can kind of lock into the hips. Another thing, if you look from a POV perspective, you can see that my knee is swaying out to the side. We want to correct that to bring the knee up and above until we can see the second toe of our foot. Once there, it means we're in a more aligned positions. And please don't do this in order to see your foot or your toes. Keep your head upright, forward, and then just adjust the knee right to left. And number 5 for the risky things students do in a class is headstand. I'm going to show you how the cervical spine, the neck, should be positioned on the ground so you can achieve a safer headstand or a tripod headstand wherever you are with the head down. So, number 1, I'm going to show you what you don't do. Not the forehead and then lifting from here. Similarly, not the back of the head and lifting from here. We want the top of the head, the crown, somewhere comfortable, and you adjust it until the neck is upright. From here, your hands are in the position that feels comfortable for you, and you lift. You are more supported here. So to visualize it, to understanding better, Try to perform a building, a skyscraper with your cervical spine and not the Tower of Pisa. You want not leaning over, so to speak. We want a straight upright building. So headstand, health and safety to protect your cervical spine. Remember, like I said, we want a straight up tower, not the Tower of Pisa, to protect your spine. So that concludes. We are number 1, wrist health. Keep your wrists nice and supported on the ground. Number 2, we have upward facing dog curve, or even for Cobra. Number 3, we have a nice open breath so we can feel alive, so we can feel present in our yoga practice. Number 4, our knee always stacked above the ankle. Number 5, health and safety for your neck during your headstands. And a bonus tip before you leave, when you're in a class online or even physical, you inform your teacher what injuries you have in your body, what hurts you, what brings you discomfort, so they can tailor a practice around you. This is important for the teacher, but also for your experience on the yoga mat. Thank you for joining me for these yoga tips. Subscribe to this digital shala for more yoga tips just like this one. Have a beautiful day. Namaste.